How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Mojo Grip Mike here. Today we're at Sun and Fun and I'm gonna show you one of my dream airplanes. Stay tuned. Today we're checking out the Piper M600, and if there's nothing else attractive about this bird, the paint job, my God. I actually love seeing this now in more traditional airplanes or traditional manufacturers. Almost never do you see a plane this expensive or at this caliber painted in these color schemes. So I love that they're adopting more darker colors with the paint scheme. But guys, the M600, this is like, think of this as the premium brand or the premium model for the Piper aircraft company. And this is also one of their most expensive airplanes, because you think of this, you think of a business aircraft. But a lot of owners who buy these also use it as a personal plane. And obviously, if your mission and your wallet can take it, this is a beautiful plane, guys. And I'm just gonna go around it for you. Don't mind everyone you see in the shot today, because we are at an air show. So you're gonna see a lot of people here, but it's kind of quiet right now, so I'm happy to show you this plane. The interior, we'll get a little bit more sneak peek later. The design of the M600, this airframe in particular, is actually from older predecessors before the M series. So you have the M350, the M500, and then of course you've got this, the M600, which is again the top of the line. And one of the things this aircraft comes with, you see here it says Halo equipped. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but before we do, you see the long nose here? That's the big Pratt & Whitney engine that powers this airplane. So in performance, you're looking at Piper Post 274 knots, but that's really the max cruise speed for this airplane. But on a normal day, you're likely gonna be cruising between 230, 250 knots, which is about average for aircraft in this caliber or in this category. You think of the M600, you're also looking at, say, a TBM 940 or even a Pilatus. And generally speaking, all of these aircraft cruise around 250 knots. I think that's standard, and that's what you should expect. But man, this thing is it's just so gorgeous. I love everything, guys. Obviously, I'm biased to this because you know my aircraft, the Sling, very similar paint work. So I love when owners go this route and look different. And you see even the prop cover here painted black, all black on the spinner. Also, the propeller is hard tool. I just love this paint job. I have no idea what color this is or what mixture. You can see some of the grain in there. The sun is not bright today, but it is a beautiful, beautiful paint work. And something that also sets the Meridian or the M series apart, you've got retractable landing gear. As a matter of fact, most of the designs with this same airframe, you will have retractable landing gear. I can't think of, I don't know, my brain is thinking of an older model that comes with fixed landing gear, but I can't really think of one. So this is retractable landing gear. It is a 6-seater, and again, I'm gonna try to get inside once the crowd clears up a little bit. As a matter of fact, let's try and get inside right now, and I'll show you some of the cool gadgets you have in this plane. And by the way, your fuel capacity, you've got about 260 gallons, and it is jet fuel. So you've got a good amount of range in this airplane. Again, depending on your mission, you could probably plan for 1,000 nautical miles and still have fuel reserve for IFR. So you've got 1,000 nautical miles, 45 minutes, but you can take this plane as far as 1,500 nautical miles, but again, depends on your mission. But anyway, let's get in and I'll show you what this airplane is really about. All right, guys, so here we are. To get in the M600, you've got a step up here, which is part of the door. Once that comes down, you just step in. And man, as I said, honestly, like Piper has really stepped up their game in interior design. Guys, you know, I'm a huge cabin interior space fan, because I love when you have a beautiful airplane, and also when you step in, it's also just as beautiful. And that is the case here. And guys, this cabin is very roomy. This is jet-like, and honestly, if you're looking at this plane, you've got to have some jet money, because this is not a cheap airplane. And so you've got 4 seats, 2 here, another 2 here. I love this perforated. Oh my God, these looks, it smells so nice in here. And then you've got 2 seats, obviously, for the pilot and the co-pilot. And then you've got your baggage room back there. Let's see how much load you can put. I don't know if it's printed on there. I see 50 pounds. I'm not sure that's all the cargo, but I could be wrong. I also think you probably have some room also up front in the nose to put some baggage. But let's sit down, guys. I'm sitting in the M600, and look at all of the room. This is me, nicely comfortable, and you see the amount of space still between whoever's gonna sit here and whoever's gonna sit here. I am not sure if they actually lengthened the size of this airplane, but it looks a lot bigger. I would say this is even bigger than the direct competition, which is the TBM. Now, I may be a little biased, but I've been in the TBM as well, and I don't remember having this much legroom. So if you're looking at this aircraft, you're probably looking at the 940 also with the TBM. But anyway, let's go to where all the magic happens. Guys, this is the cockpit of the M600. You can see it's all glass, very nicely designed here. You've got your circuit breakers to the right, the pilot side, also there in the co-pilot. And the Piper M600 uses the Garmin G3000. Now, speaking of the G3000, let's talk about some of the cool features, safety features you have in this aircraft, which is really what's most attractive about it. So earlier I showed you the halo. So this airplane is equipped with the halo, and also newly equipped with Autoland system. So you think of the halo system and Autoland, they all work together with the Autopilot in this aircraft, more particularly with the Garmin G3000. Halo comes into play if, say, the pilot is not responsive, or you're in a situation where you lose pressurization in the cabin. This airplane is pressurized, by the way, so there's no external oxygen that's needed, so you can fly it to high altitude. So if you were to lose that, you don't really have control of the airplane. The plane itself, or the system, will nudge you just to make sure that, okay, are you still here, right? But if you're not responsive, then that system will kick in. And similar to that, the Autoland also. Now, the Autoland is very descriptive in what it does, right? It basically can help you land the aircraft if something were to happen, if you had an emergency. All of this, right, are connected to servos. So normally your Autopilot system have servos for the rudder, for the control surfaces, meaning your ailerons, elevator, which is controlled by this yoke here. But with the Autoland and Halo, you also have controls for the throttle. So auto throttle, basically. And this airplane will help you descend. And man, it's so complex how the system works, but it's so beautiful in the sense that it calculates so many different things for you. So in a situation of an emergency, right, you would have the Autoland kick in, and you see that nice blue button there. Let me zoom in. It says level. That's a button I'm well too familiar with as well. So the level button also helps you out in this situation, where if you get yourself in trouble, you can hit that. And again, if you're not responsive, the airplane will kick in by itself, and it does so many calculations for you. Nearby airports, it even calculates the wind, takes into calculation your weather, how much fuel you have on board, and so on and so forth. And so this plane will practically fly itself if you were to find yourself in an emergency. So that's one of the sweet spots of the M600, and it's one of the few airplanes. As a matter of fact, in this category, this is the only airplane that's pushing that right now, and it's all included in the pricing of the M600. This is, guys, it's so beautiful in here. I mean, look at the roof panel too, the lighting, the design. I love when you pay attention to details when you're designing an aircraft, and it's very, very nice in here. Even the windows from the outside, they don't look that big, but from in here, this is nice enough size where if a passenger is sitting back here, and you can see the position of the windows too. It's right there where somebody is sitting now, and same thing over here. And obviously, you've got your cockpit windows as well. Very, very nice in here, guys. Now, let me step out and I'll give you the pricing on the M600. Okay, people, we're back out here now, and let's talk about some numbers. First, you think of who's looking at this aircraft. If you're looking to get into an M600, you're probably maybe looking at a jet, maybe a light jet, or something like a Cirrus SF50, or you're looking at another competition of the M600 like the TBM, or maybe a Pilatus. But a Pilatus is still up there in price. And speaking of price, the going rate for a Piper M600 is, you would be looking at starting $3 million, but a model like this that's fully loaded with the Halo and the Auto Land, you're looking at $3.350 or $3.4 million. And still, when you think about what you're getting for this aircraft, that's good money. I mean, good value for the money. Again, if you're spending $3 million, you may also be looking at a jet. But one of the reasons why you consider a turboprop is, guess what? Your operating cost. So there's a cost to own one, purchase one, but there's also cost to operate. You've got the fuel economy with the turboprop compared to, say, two jet engines. So you're looking at all of those calculations. But chances are, if you're looking at this aircraft, you're basically also thinking about your mission. But man, if I had the money today, I'm telling you, this is definitely one of the airplanes that I personally would consider. And I may be biased in that, but this is a beautiful airplane, guys. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on to get more review videos like this. Again, my name is Mike. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.